Today, September the 3rd, 2022, I'm mowing the lawn out here in the front, and I decided, hey, I should go get my camera. It's been a while since I have mowed the lawn on camera. I have a neighbor over there weeding in his driveway, and his driveway is gravel. And guess what's happening? The gravel is flying over and hitting the car, the mower, and throwing rocks on the lawn. And I'm like thinking, what are you doing, dude? You can't do that crap. I'm hoping that by me standing here, he's not gonna throw rocks. There's one right there. See that? Don't freaking throw rocks. Don't throw rocks onto the neighbor's yard. Here's the update. It's about 6 weeks or something. So see this spot? Totally got washed out in the rain. That is not going to recover. It will need more seed or plugs. This area right here is not going to recover. It will need more seed or plugs. Fertilizer burn right there. I was using a new fertilizer spray that I wasn't used to, and open the hopper, had some fertilizer burn. So Toro Greens Master 1600, mowed at 0.4 of an inch, which is awesome. Kentucky Bluegrass Everest cultivar. He saw me out here mowing and with my camera, and he went inside, which is awesome because he still has lots of weeds to weed eat, but I don't want a broken window. And I'm sure he wants to give me one. My strategy for mowing a straight line is to look far in the distance before you start. Pick a spot and keep your eyes fixed on that and just mow straight towards it. Do not take your eyes off that spot. I like to start here in the middle, and then I work this way, and then I work this way. So I split it about in half so my stripes don't come and creep this direction or this direction over time. So that's my strategy. It's probably been a week or two since I mowed it. Why? No time. You can't mow your grass that short. Why not? It's not good for the lawn. Why not? I don't know. So look at the difference here. Look at this. There's still POA in the lawn. See it? See that right there? That's POA. Right there. Still lots of POA in the lawn all over the place. But look at the difference between this and this. If you want your grass to grow well, mow it often. As often as you can. Mow the lawn. It'll fill in the holes, fertilize it with like a 1/4 pound of nitrogen a week in the fall, and water it, and it'll fill in Kentucky bluegrass. So what's the secret to mowing your lawn short, 1/2 inch or lower, and having it look good? Consistency. Mowing it consistent, short. I mean, look at the difference between that and that. Wow, that looks great. I like this better, personally. This is probably 1.5 inches tall. I'm mowing it down to 1 inch or 1/2 inch, or so look at that. That is 0.4 of an inch, and then that's about probably 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches or something like that. So see the difference there? My favorite thing about lawn care is when you mow the lawn, how good it looks right after, because it's all consistent on the height of cut, and I just love it. It's fantastic. So I've mowed this side. Now I'm going to come over and mow this side. As I'm mowing, I'm looking for obstructions like these wood chips that came with the peat moss. I'm looking for rocks and pebbles that I can pick up. You don't want those kind of obstacles in the lawn when you're mowing with a real mower, and especially this short 0.4. That is very short. They say that bluegrass really shouldn't be mowed below a 1/2 inch, but I just want to really push it. You mow it low, it forces it to spread out and tiller. So I think this is working well. What would I do differently if I had to do this over again? Start earlier with the weed killing. Start in like the spring, to be honest with you. Let it go a whole season. Spray and kill. And then I would seed earlier. I'm finding I did not put the seed down early enough, which is okay, but I mean, look how good it looks for, I mean, this is totally dead. This is the only issues that I really have. Over there, it's really fine, but over here, not so good. Low spots, pooling. So start earlier, do more killing of the bad grass, and then, man, those need water. Those dahlias need water. Start earlier, seed earlier, mow more often. That's what I would do different. Mowing like every 4 or 5 passes, and I'm getting a basket full of clippings, which is not good. That means you're not mowing enough, or I'm not mowing enough. So, and I know that, I just couldn't find time to make it happen. Don't be dumping stuff where it's not supposed to go. I'm about 3/4 of the way done mowing this, and I'm happy with it. Look at this. This is where it's grew in a lot thicker. Maybe more seed, maybe better germination. I'm not sure, but look how thick and dense that is. When I look at my bald spots that I have, it's very disappointing and it's hard. Somebody just came by and said, well, what'd you do? I said, well, this and that. So, well, why are these other spots brown? I said, well, seed washout, rain. So that's so disheartening. That rain just, if you get a heavy rainstorm, your seed will disappear very easily. It feels really good to mow, and that is what I love the most. I love the zen feeling of just kind of walking the lawn and mowing it, but when it's done, how smooth it looks, because it's all the same plane and it's all the same height of cut. I love it. It looks so fantastic. I still need to mow over there. I'm gonna get the triplex out for that here in just a minute. But I've been working on this for 2 or 3 hours. I've already done all the trimming. I like to do the string trimming first, and then I come with the mower after, and then the blower at the end. So that's it. It looks good. I'm happy with it. You can see this trench right here. This is where I dug the trench, and you can totally see it. That always seems to happen, but hoping that with time, top dressing and sand, filling it in, that it will come back to life. It's interesting, some of the places they had the hardest time getting to grow, like right there and right there, was where the turf was disturbed the very most. Right there, I was digging up, trying to find a lost sprinkler pipe, and right here, pretty much the same. I dug a big hole here, because I have a junction going over here, here, and everywhere else. So, and you can also see where I dug the trench right here. So that will eventually disappear with time. And then over there, seed washout. So over here, it's freaking longer than crap, and it's not gonna be good. I would love to use the walk behind here, but I just do not have time for it right now. I'm just gonna have to use the triplex, which I love using, but the walk behind cut far superior than the triplex. So she complains that I never let her mow, and she is absolutely right in that fact, that I don't ever let her mow. Turn the blades on.
How far down?
All the way down. And then when you turn around, you lift up the blades. So she's right. More around the trees. So she's right in saying that I never let her mow, because I told her one day that she sucked at mowing because she misses spots, which she does, but that's not being mean. I just told her to mow around the trees and then I'll clean it all up. Look how much stuff is coming off the road. Stop, stop! Don't hit anything.
I do a crappy job.
You're right, you do.
He tells me I do a crappy job.
She's saying that I tell her she does a sucky job, and to be honest with you, I did tell her that. She's like, it's so rude. I'm like, well, you do. You know, I mean, I hate to say, but you do. I mean, look, I told her just to mow around the trees and mow wherever you want, and I'll clean it up. It really is funny to watch her mow because I honestly have not let her mow. One, because she's not really good at it, and she misses places like that, okay? Which is okay, I'll come and clean it up. And then the other reason that I haven't really let them mow, is the kids and her, is because I like to mow it. It's one of my favorite things to do, so. It's kind of hitting some rocks. I was gonna pick up those rocks. I heard a rock. Here's one right here that I heard. My dahlia patch came to life and it is just fantastic. So they're the most beautiful things. I love them. Here she comes. I go around it. This side. Now put it down. Now push it to the left. She's impressed with the Sidewinder. That's the Toro Sidewinder, the Reelmaster Sidewinder feature, which makes it so you can turn the reel to the left or you can slide the reel to the left or to the right. If you are trying to figure out the amount of fertilizer to put down, just think about it like this. Say, oh, look at that. Isn't that sweet? So I guess I gotta sweep that up. So if you're trying to figure out just how much fertilizer to put down, just remember you want to put down about a ½ pound to 3/4 of a pound max, a pound at most of nitrogen per every 1,000 square feet. So how do you know how much nitrogen is in every pound of the product? What a disaster. Oh my gosh. When putting fertilizer down, you always got to know what rate you're doing it, okay? You want to know the pounds of nitrogen you're putting down on the ground per every 1,000 square feet. So how do you figure that out? You look at the number on the bag. In this case, it's a 2000. And so what you're wanting to do is use a fertilizer calculator. I'll put the link down below. You tell it how many square feet you have, 8,000, and you say, hey, I want to put down a ¼ pound of nitrogen, and then it will tell you exactly how many pounds of product to put. In this case, my situation is 10 pounds of product. You never want to put down more than a pound of nitrogen per 1,000. So if the first number is 20, and then the second and third number is 0, so 2000, in this case, 20% of the bag, of that whole bag, whether it's 50 pounds or 10 pounds or a 100-pound bag, 20% of that bag is nitrogen. So in this case of 10 pounds of product, it being 20% nitrogen, that's 2 pounds of product per every 10 pounds. So that leaves me putting down 1/4 pound of nitrogen per every 1,000 feet. But in this case, I'm doing a 1/4 pound of nitrogen about every week or about every 2 weeks until the season ends, so I can get it nice and kind of perky.